We've been hunting for them since Alabasta. Pluton, the warship. Poseidon, the mermaid princess. Uranus, the unknown. The three ancient weapons capable of destroying the world. But what if the greatest trick the world government ever pulled wasn't hiding the Void Century, but lying about the nature of these weapons? What if they aren't things at all? What if they are titles, passed down through generations? What if they are people? This isn't just a reinterpretation, it's a revelation that changes the entire objective of the final saga. The search isn't for objects of power, but for the lost sovereigns of a forgotten age. Get ready to meet the true ancient weapons. Let's start with the one weapon we know for a fact, Poseidon. Is it a machine? A cannon? No. It's a person. A gentle, kind-hearted mermaid princess named Shirahoshi, who has the hereditary ability to command the Sea Kings. The world government calls her a weapon, but she is a living, breathing person. This is the fundamental clue that we have all overlooked. The pattern was established right there. One of the three weapons of mass destruction is a title passed down through a royal bloodline. This forces us to ask the most important question: why would Poseidon be the only one? Why would a set of three legendary powers consist of two machines and one living being? It's inconsistent. It doesn't fit the narrative symmetry that Oda loves. The truth is, the world government labeled them weapons as propaganda. It's much easier to justify hunting and controlling a weapon than it is to justify imprisoning or assassinating a person. They dehumanize these legendary figures to turn them into objects of fear, hiding the truth that the real power of the ancient kingdom was not in its technology, but in its people. By calling them weapons, they also create a narrative where the ancient kingdom was a warmongering nation, justifying their own tyrannical rule as an act of peacekeeping. It's the ultimate smear campaign, lasting 800 years. Poseidon isn't the exception to the rule. She is the rule. And now, we must find the other two. So if Pluton isn't a ship, what is it? The blueprints for Pluton were passed down for generations by the shipwrights of Water 7. They were so dangerous that they had to be hidden. We've always assumed the blueprints were for a single ultimate battleship. But what if the blueprints were not for a ship, but for a shipwright? The theory is this: Pluton is the title given to a master shipwright with the hereditary knowledge or ability to build an army of world-destroying ships in an impossibly short amount of time. It's not about one ship, it's about the person who can create infinite ships. The blueprints were a guide, a manual containing the lost arts and secrets of the ancient kingdom shipbuilding. Franky didn't just memorize how to build a boat, he memorized the knowledge of the legendary Pluton. Why was this so dangerous? Because in the hands of the world government, they could force this person to create a fleet to enslave the world. The title Pluton isn't the name of the ship, it's the name of its creator. And who did Franky pass his will down to? The Franky family. And now, the Straw Hats. The will of Pluton, the master builder, is alive and well, sailing on the Thousand Sunny. The reason the original ship is hidden somewhere in Wano is because it's the ultimate proof of concept, the masterpiece that contains the secrets of its creator. It's not just a weapon, it's a time capsule of forgotten genius. If the idea that Pluton is a legendary shipwright and not just a ship completely changes the game for you, then help us build this theory. Leave a like to support the channel. And if you don't want to miss the shocking identity of Uranus, subscribe to One Piece Secrets and join the crew.
Now for the final, most mysterious weapon, Uranus. We know nothing about it, except that its name is derived from the Greek god of the sky. Following the pattern, if Poseidon is a queen and Pluton is a master craftsman, then Uranus must also be a title held by a person with power over the skies, a person who can command the weather, create storms, and call down lightning. Sound familiar? This brings us to Monkey D. Dragon, the leader of the Revolutionary Army, the world's most wanted man. Everywhere he goes, storms follow. He summoned a lightning bolt in Logtown to save Luffy. His power seems to be absolute control over the atmosphere. We've theorized he has a wind logia or a thunderbird Zoan, but what if it's more? What if he is the current inheritor of the title Uranus? This would explain why he is the most wanted man in the world. He doesn't just have a powerful devil fruit, he is one of the 3 sovereign powers of the ancient kingdom. He is the living weapon that the world government fears the most. Because unlike Poseidon, who is unaware of her power, and Pluton, whose knowledge is dormant, Dragon is actively using his power to wage war against them. He is the walking, talking god of the sky, the king of the heavens, fighting against the false gods of Mary Jawa. The name Uranus is also tied to the sky and cosmos, just like the celestial dragons. His power is a direct challenge to their divinity, a true god of the heavens versus false ones. But if Dragon is Uranus, where did he get this power? And this is where the theory gets even wilder. The 3 ancient weapons are not just 3 people, they represent the 3 pillars of the ancient kingdom's power, passed down through specific bloodlines or wills. Poseidon is the queen of the sea, passed down through the royal family of Fishman Island. Pluton is the master of the land and sea, the ultimate craftsman, whose will was passed down through the shipwrights of Water 7. And Uranus, the king of the sky. This title and power could be connected to the most mysterious family of all, the Monkey-D family. What if the ability to command the sky, to bring the storm, is a power inherited by the leader of the D clan? Roger, who could hear all things but couldn't command them, might have been a candidate, but the true power awakened in his greatest rival's son. This creates a perfect trinity of power, aligned against the world government. Luffy, the new Joy Boy, is the figure who will unite them all. He has already won the loyalty of Poseidon, Shirahoshi. His crewmate Frankie carries the will of Pluton, and his own father is Uranus. The final war won't be about finding the weapons, it will be about Luffy uniting these 3 figures, the 3 living legacies of the ancient kingdom, to finally bring the dawn. The world government isn't fighting a pirate crew, it's fighting the second coming of the ancient kingdom itself, personified by these 3 individuals. This is why the Gurosei fear Luffy so much. He is not just a new Joy Boy, he is a magnet, attracting the scattered powers of the ancient kingdom back together under one banner. The greatest lie about the ancient weapons is that they are weapons at all. They are people, they are titles, they are the living will of a lost kingdom, passed down through generations, waiting for the return of their king, Joy Boy. Poseidon is a queen, Pluton is a creator, and Uranus is a revolutionary. Together, they are not a force of destruction, but a force of rebirth. The world government has spent 800 years trying to capture, control, or kill these individuals because they know that when these 3 stand together, led by the beat of the drums of liberation, no power in the world can stop them. The final war won't be a clash of armies, but a reunion of legends, and the world will finally see what the weapons of the ancient kingdom truly stand for. Not destruction, but absolute freedom. The ultimate irony is that the world government's greatest fear, the activation of the ancient weapons, is not an apocalypse, but the dawn of an era where their lies no longer have power. But what do you think? Is Dragon the living Uranus? Let me know your theory in the comments. Thanks for watching, and until next time on One Piece Secrets.